I'm Matt.
I'm Zach, and this is The Anatomy of.
On this podcast, we listen to prog metal and rock songs.
Usually.
And break it down. Hey guys, it's Matt back here. We have a new episode for you all. I guess I should have Zach say hi. Zach, say hi.
Hi. It's me, Zach.
This week we have a newer artist for everybody. I decided that we're going to listen to a band named Chon, C-H-O-N. I think all the letters have to be capitalized. It must be because...
I've seen it both ways.
Oh, you've seen it lowercase C-H-O-N?
Yeah, like their Wikipedia is normal as you would think with a capital C and a lowercase Han.
Oh, okay.
But then it says in the article, sometimes stylized as Chon.
No shit. Yeah, so this is a band that I'm going to admit right at the beginning of the episode that I do not know all the like fanboy idiosyncrasies of their history. Like for some of the bands that we've done, Zach and I have been a little bit more familiar with their history, like when we did our Genesis episode,
Fanatical,
or Mastodon, when we did Between the Barry and Me way back in the day during our demo episode. So this is a band that I've just kind of admired from afar, and recently did a little bit of one of those like deep dives that we talked about, where we have an artist that we want to listen to, and just haven't listened to them as much for whatever reason, and yeah, I've just been on a kick with this band recently, and I figured we should bring them on the podcast. From what I understand, they're a 4-piece: drums, bass, 2 guitars. There's no vocals in this band. Occasionally, they'll have songs that have vocals where they'll bring in like a guest artist to do some vocals. They're from California. And
California.
If any musical artist sounded like California, this band sounds like California. Like, it is the most chill music you could possibly make while also being incredibly intricate, and I'm going to try to make the case that it's diverse. Like, I feel like this band, sometimes you can put them on and their songs blend together in a good way. And then when I play these 5 songs back to back, I think you're going to notice that there is quite a bit of diversity in their composition, in their playing, and the kind of moods that they're trying to project. But a lot of the time, they make a lot of happy, fun, summer songs that have a lot of crazy good guitar, drumming, and bass.
We're going to get brain pictures?
I hope we get some brain pictures. Only one of the songs we're going to listen to today has any lyrics. The other ones, we're just going to see where our brains take us. I feel like we haven't done a completely instrumental band in a little while, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so.
So it should
Cloud
be...
Kicker was the last one. And I think I've heard Chon pop up on like Spotify playlists that Cloud Kicker is on, along with Pliny or Plino, however you pronounce it. But I haven't listened too much to it, so I'm excited to hear what it's all about.
In terms of members, I'm not even going to bother with like going into all the people. There's 3 brothers, I'm pretty sure. One of the brothers started out as the bassist of the band, left for a little bit, and then now has come back. If you look at them on the internet, they literally look like a family. Like, they look almost identical to one another.
We got Mario Camarena, Eric Hansel. Hansel's killing it right now. Nathan Camarena, Isaiah Camarena, and a past member is Drew Pelisic.
So Drew was a bassist during one of their EPs, and then the rest of them are basically members of the family. One of the Camarena brothers was the original bassist. The other guy took over. They had a couple like touring bassists, and then now the brother came back, or cousin. I'm assuming brother.
Yeah.
Their Wikipedia page isn't as expansive as some of the other bands.
Oceanside, California, which is the most chill-sounding place there could possibly be.
Right, exactly.
They're listed as progressive rock, math rock, and instrumental rock. Have you heard that sometimes prog versus progressive is starting to get its own, like, sort of nuanced difference.
Because it makes me angry.
Allegedly.
No.
According to some people. But, that's just... I feel like genres are just a guideline anyway. Just to kind of see, like... The only time you talk about a genre is when you're trying to describe kind of what it's like to somebody when they haven't heard it yet.
But they still have to listen.
But then as soon as you say what genre it is, then, like, it's gone forever. It doesn't matter. Because, like, nobody's going to hold me down.
Yeah, I hear you. So, we might as well start. I think you get a little bit more of the Oceanside, California vibes in this first song. It's off of an EP, an extended play. I looked this up before our episode today. I've always been like wanting to know the difference between
extended play and long play.
Right.
But like why you'd think extended is longer than long because it's extended.
Yeah. An extended play is in the middle between a single and a full-length album.
So it's extended out from the single.
Right. But it's not.
And then a long play is just like you're in it for the haul.
Right.
Some people don't even put out albums anymore. They just put out
singles. Yeah.
And they just like crush money off of singles. You don't even have to write a whole album.
Crush money off of just singles?
Yeah.
Like make a lot.
Lil Nas X hasn't put out a single album. He's just put out singles.
Seriously?
He's killing it.
I did not know this.
It's nuts.
You might be able to tell from what we listen to that there's not a lot of Lil Nas X on my playlist.
Yeah. I just like watching him troll people on Twitter. Because he's hilarious.
So, EPs, the first two songs that we hear are off of this band's first two EPs. Each song is going to represent like one of their releases. This first one they put out on their own. This is before they even had a record deal. The EP is named Newborn Sun. The song is named Bubble Dream.
But the newborn sun, the sun is like the sun and not a sun, someone's sun, right?
This is true. It's spelled with a U, not an O.
Like the celestial sun.
So take those clues. Try to start making your
California the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Try to start making your mental pictures, everybody.
I didn't mean to cut it out right as the drop happened, but it sounds very pretty, and I like it. I want to be like cruising on one of those rom-coms on that like cliffside road, you know?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna drive up to the beach.
And you think this song would be in the background on the rom-com?
Just the beginning part.
Okay.
Of the like, no. It's not in a rom-com, but that scene, you know what I'm talking about, where they got the convertible.
Oh, yeah.
And they're driving on the windy road right next to the cliff and the ocean's right there.
I told you, if any band is California, it's this.
No, exactly. Exactly. So, again, I'm sorry for pausing it right as the drop apparently happened, but we'll get back to it. I like that you can tell it's a debut.
How can you tell it's a debut?
There's always just something like, I hate overusing the term je ne sais quoi, but there's always something missing from like a debut album where it's very raw and there's no like ambiance tying it together. It's just like instrument is playing. And there's no like, you don't have the cohesion maybe from playing for a while together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's very subtle, but you can always kind of tell when it's somebody's first go at something.
I'm with you, while also gonna add, I appreciate the simplicity of earlier efforts.
Yeah,
because I feel like a lot of the bands that I like, once they start to get more commercially successful, once they have more experience, the playing gets better, the arrangements get better, but also, especially it seems like in the rock, metal, progressive genre, they start piping in like different noises into what they make as they get later on in their careers, and I'm not necessarily sure I always love that. Like for certain songs it's great, and then other ones I'm like I could have done without the synth. I could have done without the je ne sais quoi certain times, but
I got you.
Yeah.
I just like being able to tell because it helps you kind of see them progress, because like you it's just another thing that you're able to tell a little difference and like, oh, they're doing this now.
Right.
Oh, they're doing this
Right.
now. That's really cool.
This is the next layer of that cake.
Right,
They've added this to what they do.
So this is just like the first go, and I love that because it's kind of exciting, right? Like it's like, oh, we're trying this new thing. Yep. We're gonna record an album with my buds, my brothers and cousins, and I guess or whatever.
We're just all brothers.
We're just all the I don't know why they don't call it the Camarena, but I mean maybe. Ooh, I wonder if it's their names. Is the names? What's their names again? No, there's a Mario and there's no M. So. And Chon, so
you got really excited for that.
It would have been cool if they did like an NSYNC.
Chom, if it was Chom.
I just wanted them to do an NSYNC type of thing.
Wait, hold on.
I would have been excited.
Hold on. NSYNC was all the band members' names?
I think, or like their middle names or some weird shit like that.
Oh no, because none of them had a Y
Let's
name.
Let's Google NSYNC right now.
Oh, those of you that listen to this podcast, the four of you.
Listen,
you never
they
thought
all love
that we were going to go there.
too because we all grew up with it, okay? So it's fine. Where did the name come from?
This is Zach mumbling to try to search the internet for how NSYNC got their name.
NSYNC got their name.
Meanwhile, I'm giving him Earth's dirtiest look.
NSYNC received its name after Justin Timberlake's mother commented on how in sync the group's singing voices were. The group's name is also a play on the last letter of each of the initial members' names. Justin, Chris, Joey, Jason, and JC.
I hate everything right now. Just absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy we did it.
I want more bubbles.
No regrets.
I'm going back to the song.
All right. Fair. Yeah, it's like, it's weird because it's like, it's definitely more complex than like a radio single is going to be.
Of course.
But it's like so chill that you don't even, it's not like mind blowing, but it's just like, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a band that I can put on in almost any situation and still be comfortable in like the musical creativity of what's going on. Like, let's put it this way. It's a band that you can have on in the background and not have to have any other attachment to it. Mm-hmm. It's also a band that you can listen to in a situation like this and go, oh, this is a tight little 4-piece. Like, these guys know what they're doing. They play more complex
stuff. Is that what you order
stuff.
at Wendy's?
A what? A tight little 4-piece? If that was the name of a burger, that would be fantastic.
It's like the 4 for 4.
Right. Oh,
like
my
a 4-piece nugget.
Yeah. And like, yeah, sometimes it doesn't need to be anything better than like what a song makes you feel like, and this is windows down in the middle of June or July.
This is also perfect, I feel like, outdoor party music.
Hell yes.
Because you can just have it on so there's some music going. People could like dance enough to it.
Right.
Or if you're sort of antisocial, you're over to the side, you can still zone in on it.
Right.
And still not have a good time.
Right.
Instead of listening to something going like panda, 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 panda.
Because
hope you like dated jokes of songs I've never even heard. I'm giving the microphone finger guns, by the way.
There's ambient music that can be on in the background in a party. That there's a reason why it's like ambient music.
Right.
Like this could serve both purposes.
Yeah.
Which I like about it. So, like, I can't identify the key that they are playing in right now, but as the lead guitar, those couple, like, twinkly notes that I'm going to call them, it's interesting if he still does it a little bit after we click play. A couple of the notes just don't agree with the rest of the melody, but I feel like it was done purposely. Like, he'll go, dinna, and then like the
Put a
next
little
note,
twang on it.
yeah, the next note of that scale should be like a half step higher or half step lower, but they do it there to be like, oh, this is the note I'm ringing out on. I want it to stand out. It sounds cool. He's just playing a couple notes, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, a little twang on the twinkle.
Little twang on
Twinkle
the twinkle.
twang. I just want a day drink. End of sentence.
That's it.
I like the fat toms on that fill.
The fat toms.
Yeah.
Nice, man. And I like how they're starting to play with rhythms now. Like, I felt like it was the same song for the first, like, minute and a half, minute 45. And now they're starting to vary it up just enough where you know what you're listening to, but it's now like, all right, we're gonna play along with this thing. Or play around with this thing at the end of the song.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it as well.
We enjoy the song.
Chon.
Favorite part of the song. Love this part of the song.
I like the tempo change, and I liked that riff, obviously.
We talked about it last week. It seems like all that you have to do for Matt, I'm referring to myself in the third person.
He does it a lot.
Just give it a spot in the song where this wouldn't classify as a breakdown, but a breakdown in metal or a breakdown in a electronic song or in this, just give me that crazy change in tempo, in melody, do whatever you need to do, but give me that 15, 20 seconds in the song that sounds like nothing else in it. I love it. I love it every single time.
And you know I love change-ups.
Right.
Oh, right. Change it up.
Change it up.
I'm good.
Once we get comfortable, we need to go a different way.
I'm like D2 Mighty Ducks in this bitch. Change it up!
Did you see, hold on, don't you dare hit that button. Did you see there's like a D7 on Disney Plus?
No. It's a series. They made a TV series.
Fuck.
But like Charlie, Banks, I think Emilio Estevez is alive still somehow. He's in it.
You know what's fucked up?
Apparently it's like decent too.
Yeah. We get excited about all these shows. Like, I'll admit, I got really psyched for the Fuller House show on Netflix a few years ago.
But here's the thing, Full House was also ass. Have you watched Full House? Okay, have you watched Full House as an adult? Because it does not hold up and it's terrible.
No, but
it's absolute garbage. And Fuller House was very true to the original format, which is why it was shitty, because it doesn't work with the way TV is modernized.
I'm going to agree with you, but you're missing the point because I'm trying to make here. People get excited about the show when it's coming back, but the show never really deserved to be... like, they did a Saved by the Bell thing on Peacock. Good. Everyone got excited about it.
Have you watched it?
No.
It was good because they modernized the format. It's a bad example to compare to Fuller House.
There's so much other shit on TV to watch.
They made it a whole new show. That's what I'm saying.
But
we're going to argue about Saved by the Bell on our podcast right now?
But they're pulling... They're literally playing into our brains. Like, the only reason why
it's nostalgia,
watched it...
because they're unoriginal hacks. I get it.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't mean it wasn't fucking good. Saved by the Bell was good.
Is it
Fuller
good?
House's ass.
All right. Yeah. We'll go with that.
I'll tell you more about Saved by the Bell later.
All right. Fine.
All right. I like it.
Give me the drums. Give me the kick drum. Or what is it? It's bass drum.
Give me those fat toms.
That's not a tom, though. God damn it.
I mean, there were some toms. That was nice.
if you, I know you hate grades, but overall feelings, impressions of that song, because obviously I've heard this song many times before.
I'd give it a B plus.
B plus. All right. What keeps it from an A?
So it gets points for sounding very raw, which is cool.
Notice how he completely ignored my question. I wanted to know the negatives first. He went with the positives.
Well, okay. So the negatives are the positives. Whoa.
All right.
I'm so deep.
Right.
No, so
now I'm interested.
The things that are missing that make me like it are also what I don't like about it because I want the more. I want the more fuller sound.
Okay, so it gets...
I like it from the point of view of a career, a discography. I like seeing the starting point, getting to the end point, and seeing what happens in between.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I tend to think that rawness at the beginning sometimes has its flaws because it's not as full of a sound.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth, but are you telling me that the song is good because of some of its inherent simplicity, but that's also the reason why this song can't be like an A+.
Right.
Okay. That's fair.
I like that the teacher's sitting across from me with a pad of paper and a pen.
Yes.
He's just taking notes for when we, pause the song and everything so he can edit it later because he's a boss.
I'm also writing down
he's a boss bitch. But
also, of Zach's personality
it's very weird to have the teacher taking notes and asking you about grades.
It's where I'm comfortable, guys. I like talking about the ranking. But I think I totally agree with you.
I give it an 87.
But I've never... That song is just like... It's just a fun one. And it's I would like to say that it's characteristic of that first EP that they put out. And they definitely were new to their stuff. But they are by no means slouches on their instruments. We're not talking about Blink-182.
A B plus is not a bad grade.
Yeah.
I survived off of them.
Random story. I was looking at some of my grades today because I'm
neurotic.
I'm going to be teaching AP Bio next year. It's like my first college class that I'm teaching in high school. Cool. And they need to see transcripts.
They need to see your transcripts to see if you're okay to teach.
Well, because you teach the advanced placement course, but then the way that we do it at the high school that I teach at, you're basically dual enrolled in the local community college. So just by taking the class and passing, you get credits at the local community college. And then you still take an AP exam at the end, which might apply to like a larger university or whatever.
Cool.
But I have to be approved by the local community college basically as an instructor of their class.
They're like, we're not confident that your district knew what they were doing when they hired you.
Right.
It will be our decision, thank you.
But they are. It's totally like a thing. But I had to show them transcripts, so I'm looking at all my grades, and I'm like, man, that B plus couldn't have been an A? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I did much better in college than I did in high school, and I think it's because you can survive in high school off of like that B plus range.
I did better in college my second time than my first time. My first couple years in college were horrendous.
My freshman year was hot garbage.
Right.
After that, I figured it out, and my GPA went boop, boop, boop.
And then anything compared to my like senior year and my first year of college is always going to be better because I was horrible my senior year and my freshman year of college. I had like overconfidence in my abilities. I had gotten to a point in school where like I didn't really need to try that whole time, and then I hit that spot where you do need to try, and if you're still not trying, it kind of sucks. Like it gets bad.
Yeah,
it gets real bad.
Yeah,
because throwing this out as a teacher, there's lots of classes in high school and even college that you can bullshit without knowing a damn thing, just from having general knowledge, being awake.
I mean, writing a history paper is all opinion.
Right. As long as you can cite your sources and be a general person.
Yeah.
But
be a general person.
Yeah, so that's
so
I say that because not all people can pull that off.
Bubble Dream gets a B plus, aka an 87 grade from Zach.
Did you feel bubbles listening to that song?
It was a little bubbly. It was a little bubbly.
Yeah, I didn't feel the bubbles being formed, like the mental pictures.
I didn't get brain pictures. I think the bubbly is the lightness of it.
Yeah.
It's just not. And that's what I mean. Is like it's kind of like background noise, but you could pay attention if you wanted to. But I think that's like the negative at the same time because I wanted more.
Yeah. All right.
Like that scene with Kylo Ren when he's like more.
I don't remember the scene, but I know what you're talking about.
It's a whole meme.
Okay.
Anyway, what's the next song?
The next song is Suda, Suda. I don't know if it's a play on soda or not. I have no idea.
They really like bubbles, huh?
Yeah. It's from their second EP called Woohoo with an exclamation point at the end.
Woohoo!
It's delightful.
Woohoo!
The album cover is pink and like lime green with a little like artsy fartsy thing in the middle. It's great. So we're gonna give Suda a roll here.
Suda!
So the beginning little part of that song, I feel like is where the math rock comes in. Like sometimes I listen to this band and sections of their songs sound like the only way you could have come up with that is through like a formula, because that is not a normal progression of notes when you go through those first 10 seconds. It sounds cool, and I wish I could tell you like what math rock actually means, like what formulas are they using, but
I don't get it.
That the beginning of that song sounds weird, but cool, but weird.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, there was like it was like.
Do you hear the ugly notes?
Yeah. It's like underneath. Well, I mean, the twang. You always say it's like it's an ugly note or whatever. Like I get that point, but there's like a little fill underneath it, like right at the end of the 10 seconds that we started with.
Okay.
Where it's like, I see what you're saying. It's just like adding a little stuff out of tune, but it's on purpose just to kind of make it sound funky, which is cool. But then there was like a little bit of like.
But you only can do so much.
The rhythm was like doing something weird. Right at the end of that 10 seconds, which was kind of cool too.
So we'll keep going. We'll see what that rhythm was doing.
Yeah, it's cool because like some of those were like out of time too, but like it comes
or on time, however.
Right. But like it's like out of sync with the groove of the drum. But then it still just comes back and works, and I've always been in awe of people that do that in their songs because I don't know how you. It's hard enough. Like we both have musical backgrounds, right?
Right.
So even like you ever joke around with friends and you're trying to like clap, not on the offbeat, but like clap wrong,
and people fucking can't.
And I can't clap not on beat, right? So like, how the hell do you even write a song that's offbeat with a couple notes on purpose?
You literally,
which sounds cool because then you're able to catch it back. As if nothing happened, and I don't know how you do that. I mean, it's a lot of practice, obviously, but it's a thing.
You literally beat me to my point. I wanted to make that point about this band, and it's something that just like popped in my head listening to the beginning of this song. They're a band almost like, if you go back to the episode we did with Genesis, the beginning of Dance on a Volcano, where like the drum beat was like weird. They have extended sections of their songs where like, I'm literally not sure how they're able to play together because the time is changing so many goddamn times. Like, it's hard enough to have a group of people.
Well, I don't think the time changes. I think the drummer is playing the time and the instruments just go off time.
Or it's the other way, and the time changes with how they wrote the song. Either way, there's enough.
I guess it's effectively the same thing.
Right.
I'm going at it from a point of like how you make it happen, I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it's cool. And that's like the point.
How many times can you practice that to make that work? Like, it's hard enough to just have everyone going like 1, 2, 3, 4 with a straightforward like punk song or something. Like, this is unreal. Unreal.
That was really cool.
The drums are absolutely murdering it right now. Like, so good and so funky and so, original.
Just I don't know. The way this is a lot more interesting than the first one.
So are they growing up a little bit, Zach?
Just a little bit.
Between song 1 and song 2?
They're growing up. My little Suda's growing up.
What was their last name again?
My little Chon Rom com. my Rom Chon.
Oh my. Oh my.
Look at these taking the cymbals for a little dip in the pool. A couple little splashes, you know.
And the beat and the song as a whole kind of calms down.
I don't know why I said that so quietly.
I don't, because
that's weird.
It's a dip in a pool.
I was trying to be like a smooth jazz.
My brother is a DJ at a jazz station, and like
really?
everyone but him.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
90.1 in Rochester, Corey Halloran does a Saturday night jazz fusion show.
What?
8 to 10.
What? You're blowing my mind, Matthew.
Yeah. But like he's the only one to me that sounds like a normal human. Every other person sounds like the dip in the pool guy. And this is
well, I mean that's fun to talk that.
This is Elvis Landry, and we're about to I don't even know. I tried to come up with a character name.
Take that bass line for a walk.
So fucking good.
Yeah, like right there. The drummer's obviously doing his own thing. The guitars are doing their own thing.
How does it match?
But it works. And I just don't get it. I just don't oh man. Like, I think about, like, I was like a first chair all-county trombonist, right? Like, I was a good trombone player.
Yeah.
I never improvised anything fucking like that.
Yeah.
I was ass. I mean, I guess it's like counties in high schools. Like, it's not amazing, but like,
it's just terrible.
I was like a decent musician, and I never in a million years could come up with anything like this.
And the thing about this is there's plenty of musicians in the market today that can produce something on recording software that they would not necessarily be able to play live. Like, I listen to people talk about their songs. Like, I like that. It's like a hobby of mine.
Yeah.
And they'll talk about how, like, they made a drum beat by literally, like, taking a certain section and pasting it, and then fucking with it in the recording software, where then that same drum beat is then reversed and laid on top of it.
Yeah.
Or they do all this stuff.
Well, that's how like hip hop guys sample stuff. Right. And like Daft Punk would took like a Michael Jackson song from like Billie Jean, and they got like one little 2-second part, and they like toned it. They like turned it down a couple notes, and then like reversed it, and then like slowed it down, and that turned into like Better, Harder, Faster, Stronger.
Yeah. Or
something like that. Yeah. And it's just like, how do you even think, you're like, you know what? This guy has a really good part that he wrote in this song. I'm going to completely obliterate it and make it sound totally different. But it's from that song. And that's pretty cool.
Or you can take certain things that the human body can do with a guitar or drums, and then with software, you can add parts that like you physically would not be able to play on a drum set, or physically would not be able to pull off on a guitar. Like, you wouldn't be able to hit a chord super high up on the neck while also being down at the bottom, like, unless you're Tosin, but even he has like
right.
Tosin Abasi from Animals as Leaders, but like there's limits. I will tell you that I've heard these and watched these guys play live. They play these songs like they are. Like it doesn't seem possible that they can work those things together, but they do. So like, the point I'm trying to make is there's plenty of music that you'll hear nowadays that sounds simplistic but actually had a whole ton of computer work with it. This definitely had it, but also
they correct a couple things.
But they play these songs live the way that they're doing it. Like,
a lot of stuff on the radio, they'll play the riff once and then they'll just copy and paste it through the song.
Right.
Whereas bands like this, it's cool because even if they come back to another riff, it'll sound slightly different, or like they might have messed up a note,
right?
But it kind of works because it adds some character to the song.
Because there might have been improvisation when they laid this down.
Right, they had a skeleton. They might just go in and just riff it out. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
Incredibly interesting.
I bet they know, just not us. This part is 70s jazz fusion, like straight up, and that's really cool. I like this. I like this song a lot.
With a bunch of guys that are in their early 20s from Oceanside, California.
Right.
That sound like Return to Forever in certain spots.
It's because their dads knew, they listened to their dad's music is what happened.
Like we do. Like yeah. Did your hold on. Now I'm thinking, what music did your dad like?
Oh, oldies for sure.
Like, but
my dad is 75 right now.
What oldies though? Like, is
like
your dad
literally
like
just an
Led
oldies
Zeppelin?
station? No, like the oldies from the 50s when he was a kid.
Oh, well, oldies.
Like golden oldies.
Oldies is
that's classic rock. He liked oldies.
Okay.
Like Beach Boys.
Okay. All right, because it
was the golden oldies stations.
I
all
can
the
say
time.
that I was turned on to this type of music by my father.
Right.
I was thinking of it.
I had to go to college to get this.
Okay.
It was all. I think I listened to like They Might Be Giants and stuff because my sister did.
Okay.
And then I went to high school. She was in college, and then it was just like radio rap because like that's what everybody listened to.
Right.
And then like I got into like Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Because like the hip hop into the rock.
I thought I was very unique.
Oh, dude, I thought I was so
I like
deep
hip hop
and cool.
and rock. Guys.
Right. Because I love Linkin Park for sure. And then I got into like I started watching like they like brought back Headbangers Ball on MTV.
Yes, on MTV too.
Yeah. So like I'd watch Jamie Josta just do his shtick, I guess, for whatever amount. But like then I got into like Killswitch for a little bit. I bought their one album. Did their CD look like a saw blade or something?
That's probably End of Heartache.
Yeah, something like that.
It's hands holding like a heart with like
something like
spikes.
that. Something like that.
Oh no!
I got into that and like I want to bring up. We'll probably do Devin Townsend at some point too because he had a band, Strapping Young Lad, that for some reason.
Devin Townsend was in that band?
Yeah.
I saw them at Ozfest one year. They were
He's a singer. He's the fucking guy. Like,
oh, interesting.
Devin Townsend I always say is the Phil Collins of the metal world because he does everything. But we'll save that for the Devin Townsend thing. I got into that one Strapping Young Lad album that came out when we were in like high school.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I loved it. And it was like way harder than anything I ever listened to. And then I went to college, and you could just steal everybody's music out of their iTunes because of my iTunes Redux.
Yeah.
And then I just started trying out a bunch of stuff, and that's how I got here. But nice. I don't have any help along the way.
Okay.
It was all just like whatever everyone else was listening to. Anyway, now that you have a 12-minute long version of my musical taste,
I felt like I had to ask that because we were like, oh, their dads probably played this. Yeah.
I'm just self-conscious about everything. That's all.
All right. Well, don't be. These people want to hear you, Zach.
They want to hear it. It almost, that little last part, it kind of had like a piano vibe to it.
Like
it was
the
on
little
a guitar.
triplets?
Right, yeah. But it was on a guitar, but it kind of it had a piano vibe to it, and that was kind of cool.
I also like that they limit the amount of effects that they have on these guitars. These sound like guitars that you plugged in, and then this is what the guitar sounds like.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. They create their own atmospheric sound just by using stock sound from a guitar. I'm sure they're running it through some
They have a couple nuanced
modulator,
things, but they want
it
that.
sounds pretty standard.
Right. They want that, what's that Johnny B. Good guy? I forgot his name. Why can't I think of his name? Chuck Berry.
Oh, okay.
Chuck Berry. They had like that Chuck Berry, just like raw.
Yeah.
Oh, the electric guitar was just invented. Let me plug it in.
Right. This is what it sounds like.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, like, at that last little part of the song, I would love to see this guy play this part live. He's going crazy on the hi-hat. Like, he's playing, like, 16th notes, while also still it sounded like he was playing his snare and his bass drum. And I'm not sure how you can play 16th notes on the cymbal while also playing your snare. Like, I feel like that would require...
Well, you're doing
both hands.
You're doing it in between, right? So you can play doubles. You can play doubles with one hand, and then as you're coming in to help it with both hands, in between while you're playing with your right hand, you'll hit the snare with your left, or opposite, obviously, because it's a hi-hat, right?
Yeah, it might be left.
Right.
Although
whatever, I don't know.
It depends on their preference.
Right. But the one hand, while the one hand's still hitting a double, you can come down and hit the snare a couple times, come back up. They're just good. They're just good.
Incredibly good.
Yeah. They're just good at what they do.
All right. Aren't you guys lucky that I let you listen to that last little bit of that song? Yeah, it didn't really do much. But
My favorite part.
where they played one note.
Wow.
Oh, well. Whatever. Zach.
You're going to make me grade it again, aren't you?
You're the new guy. I won't make you grade. Just tell me what you thought about it.
I like it better than the last one. It had a lot more feeling to it. Emotions behind it.
What emotion does
I don't know. You can feel that they
God damn it. You can't say things like that.
I don't have a specific emotion in mind.
Really?
I'm just saying that you can tell that came from... They put a little more heart into that song.
Okay.
Whereas the other one might have been like, we wrote the song, let's play the song. This one's like, we wrote the song, let's make it better.
Oh, all right. Okay. It might have been more purposeful in the songwriting. Like the first
could have been anything.
Could have come from a jam, and they were like, hey, we're pretty good at stuff. Maybe we should try to put out music. And then this one was, we're in a studio or we're in someone's basement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice, man. Nice. So this is from their second EP, the song we just listened to. So their last, like, release that they put out on their own. And then now we're going to start getting into their, I guess I'm going to call it their more polished work, even though that was incredibly polished.
They started in like 2013 too, right?
Yes.
So like they're not even that old of a band.
No.
Right.
They didn't get their deal until I think like 15 or 16.
Signed with Sumerian, right?
Sumerian, who also puts out a lot of the artists that we like.
Yeah, they had Animals as leaders.
Yeah. They have the Smashing Pumpkins.
They really got Smashing Pumpkins? That's
They
cool.
must have signed them after like a while. And they've put out new music. And like the most recent Smashing Pumpkins stuff is the most successful thing that Sumerian has ever put out.
Well, because it's already an established band.
Right. They also said that they got a gold record for one like kind of crappy metal band that I can't think of the name of them now. But
I think Sumerian, at least back in the day when I managed my friend's band, Lace Dragonia, I think Sumerian was one of those companies that they had an open Dropbox on their website.
You could just throw
songs at them and they'd listen to them, which is really kind of novel idea.
Right.
Instead of sending a scout over and having to hear about stuff, you just like be like, hey, here's a couple songs. Listen to them. If you like them, call me.
Right.
Yeah, that was really cool.
They said online that it's like one of the largest still operating like independent record labels.
That's cool
and successful, and obviously has a niche that they're trying to cultivate. Like
Smashing Pumpkins, though, is pretty.
It's not bands that play on the radio a whole ton. Like even the Pumpkins, right? They used to be on the radio. You don't hear them on the radio anymore. But
they're
like
probably right, like. good stuff.
They need a way to put out their music now.
Yeah. Well, that's like Sage Francis. He's a rapper, and he at one point was signed to Epitaph Records, which is a punk label.
Which is another,
Which is I thought was pretty cool because like he kind of has his message isn't as punk as it could be, but it definitely has like punk undertones, which is cool. It's just cool that like people just like give you a shot and do that stuff. You don't necessarily have to do whatever, but he has his own record company now, I think.
Well, and for a record label, you can structure a deal any way you want. In many instances, they can take on very little risk. They can be like, hey, do you want a deal? We'll take basically all of your profits, and we're just giving you an opportunity to put your music out. Right. Like
Warner Brothers.
Yes. So now that Chon has signed with the big boys, aka just a big independent record label, they put out this album called Grow. They have a bunch of fun like visualizers on YouTube for this album of just like plants growing and like nature just being wonderful, and like their music in front of it brings out all the hippie vibes in my brain. But like, I
save the earth, not corporate greed.
I love this album because it makes me think about nature a lot, which other songs do, but this one, I don't know what about the guitars and everything made me think about it. But before I even saw the visualizer, it was like they had replicated the brain pictures that I already had going on in my mind.
For Grow.
So this song, I'm assuming they're trying to give you the vibes of not spring, not winter. They're trying to give you the vibes of fall. So we're going to give this one a shot.
There's a lot going on at the beginning here.
Yes.
I like it.
I made what face did you call it last episode?
The stank face?
I made the stank face. Oh, man. Rhythmically, that beginning is so cool. And they did a rhythm... I was going to say They made a cool rhythmic opening in the last song. I appreciate the, I don't know,
consistency.
The offbeat weirdness.
Consistently inconsistent.
Right. Just... Give me something to latch onto at the beginning of a song. Don't be like everything else, and then I'm gonna give you more of a leeway to listen.
Yeah, it's hard with these because like there's like 1,000 bands that are like this now because everybody's just gotten really fucking good at playing instruments. But like, in order to separate yourself, like there was this band I think I listened to their first album like a bunch, but then I haven't listened to it in years because it's just a flittering throwaway. A Pomegranate Tiger.
Yeah.
Which is like, again, it's like...
That's the name of the band.
We got a ridiculous band name. We play a lot of whittly whittly. Boop, 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 boop. And it's cool, but you got to separate yourself somehow.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much brain bandwidth for the same type of thing.
I agree.
You know?
So my brain bandwidth for that type of music is basically filled up by Chon. And if I heard Pomegranate Tiger, I'd be like...
I mean, they're different, but it's like this style.
No, but I'm going with your point. I might hear that and be like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to 3 bands that are like that already, and I only have enough brain space. Right. So, like, I might not listen to you again.
Right.
And I'm so sorry, Pomegranate
Like,
Tiger.
I wish I would have heard of Testament before I heard of Metallica, because I think Testament's probably a better band overall.
But Metallica.
But, like, Metallica already took up that spot, so, like, I can't get into Testament, because Metallica already took it.
Right.
No,
that's cool.
Right. I love it when the drums drag like that.
Drag?
Yeah. Like he's playing...
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were saying like he let a note like ring out, which is
No.
what
Like the rhythm dragged.
Right. So he's slowed down if to
But like the guitar picked right back up as if nothing's happening. I like little parts like that.
Totally agree.
Give him the jazz hands. What is it?
We're both doing the jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Like the little yeah. this is where the math is coming in.
You think so?
Yeah. But just it's not like what I was talking about with Bron Daler and Macedon last time. But it's like similar in that just because the guitar's doing something cool doesn't mean the drums are taking a day off.
Right.
Like the drums are going ham. It's not in the same style as Macedon, obviously.
No,
but
it's a completely different style of music.
The essence of that is drums are going ham with fills and crazy cool stuff while the guitars are doing fills and crazy cool stuff.
Right.
Instead of just giving each other a chance. But then at the same time, it all works together because they're so fucking good.
Take a walk with me with the theme here, because we haven't really tried to talk about like the ambiance of the songs in terms of like brain pictures. Because we've got Suda. Oh, the last song,
Suda. That one, the song sounded like the album artwork.
Okay, so if you guys don't see the album artwork, or you'd have to look it up, it's from their Woohoo EP
with an exclamation point.
But it's pink and like aquamarine with like a like a light shooting out of the center. Zach is saying that it sounded like what that looks like.
And this song's called Fall.
Yeah, and it's
off of the album called Grow.
Yes.
Now, when I hear fall, I think about falling down, but I think this is probably seasonal.
So I was going to say, could the beginning weird rhythmic section of this song be spring?
Mm-hmm.
It mellowed out for a second and then started to go into what you're calling like the math portion of this song. Mm-hmm. You don't have to agree with me. I think I'm trying to fit a theory into this.
Well, that's the point of what we do.
Yeah, but like sometimes it doesn't work. I'm thinking maybe that's the transition between the seasons.
Well, are there other seasonal titles on the album?
We would have to look it up.
Okay, let's look it up.
We'll look it up in between the next section of the song, and then we'll get back to you guys. So we can listen to the next little bit of this song, Fall, on the album Grow by the band Chon.
And then they just come back into being on beat with each other.
I like the growly guitar there. Not growly in terms of metal, but like they had a little bit more grit. They did like a little rhythmic guitar section that was nice to bring everything.
They scraped off some sandpaper and threw it at the pickups.
Brought everything back together when they did the little sandpaper guitar.
So I got the Grow album up. The titles are Drift, Story, Fall, Book featuring Matt Garstka, who's probably maybe a singer because he said some of them have vocals.
Yeah.
Can't Wait, Suda. Suda's on this too?
It might have. Well, it's on there.
Might have been a re-release. Yeah. Not, Moon, Splash, Perfect Pillow, Echo, and But not two T's. But it's like a but.
But like there's this.
So with Fall, there doesn't seem to be a seasonal thing, but this could be a seasonal song.
Right.
So maybe all the Whittleys are like the leaves changing.
Could be.
Things are dying to go into the deep winter.
Hibernation.
We should start an ASMR podcast too.
What's ASMR?
It's like that thing where the people just say like no, like they rustle a potato chip bag or something, or like they whisper very delicately.
Like you're doing now?
They whisper very delicately into the microphone.
Now that we've lost every listener because they're just terrified about what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
Back to the song. I'm not sold on the season anymore, but we'll see.
I feel like they're about to like start a cheerleader part or something.
A cheerleader part?
I don't know, like
do a chant.
It was like doing all this stuff, and it was like
Chon.
Boom, 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 boom. It just went very simple out of nowhere.
You don't hear just like a standalone, nothing, no other instrument going on drum solo in a song very often anymore.
Yeah, And it was weird that he used that time to do a very simplistic rock beat.
Right. Yeah. Like doom, da-doom, doom, da-doom.
I just love the way they just toss a note at the end. Like, they'll do like a ba-da-ba-da-wow, you know?
So they'll bend one, or they'll do what I've called the wrong note.
Yeah. Throw a little twang in there.
They want to keep you on your toes throughout an entire song. Even though we said earlier in this episode that it's something you can have at a speaker in the corner of the room and
it's weird because it's
some hot dogs. But if you're engaged with this, like, you're constantly going like, what was that little thing that I just heard? Or what was that little twist?
Right. They're able to make it very easily digestible while also being technical, which is weird. It might just be because it's lighter guitar tones too. It makes it a little easier to digest.
That helps.
Because I feel like some people have connotations associated with like
heavier guitar.
Right. They just think anything that's not pop music is death metal.
That's why this one's great for me, because I love this band as much as I like some other like heavy stuff. Mm-hmm. But this isn't displeasing to the casual fan's ear.
Exactly.
For the simple reasons that it's not heavier and which is disappointing. But
what's disappointing?
It's disappointing that other people will just instantly hear a certain like style of guitar and be like, I don't.
I
don't want that song.
I feel you. But that's obviously how I am towards the country music, as we talked about last week. Dude,
you were like, fuck it, don't even bring it near me.
I can't even handle
twangy.
Dude, no, just pop country or like old. Not old country, because like there's some good shit like Hank Williams.
You need it to be real old country.
I just don't want that like bullshit. I just don't want that to be bullshit. Like, you're not saying anything. The music isn't inspiring. It's just like
drove down to the main street.
Right. Like, what are you accomplishing?
Right.
What are you accomplishing? You're telling a literal story with no underlying meaning, and the instruments are also very literal with no sort of sense of inspiration.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, and I don't think I'm gonna alienate any of our listeners because I don't think they listen to that shit either.
Right.
But it's simplistic music for people that need it to be simplistic. Like,
maybe
we're not going for
but there's like
overtones.
We've talked about like pop music and stuff. Like I've come to respect more like the Lady Gagas of the world because
but I respected the shit out of her too because she was
making music and then decided to just do it herself.
I was amazed that someone like her was able to become so popular. Because I think she intentionally tried to be different, and everyone was just like...
What I'm trying to say, though, is like pop stars from the sense of their performance.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they go out on stage with these insane stage pieces and pyrotechnics and costume changes.
Yeah.
Like, even if the music is like made by a team of people, fuck it. I would go see a fucking Britney Spears show because I bet it's fucking crazy.
But you still don't want to see the country artist.
No, because they're going to be boring as fuck. No, it's not even every country artist either. Like, there's good country music. There's good country music. There's good country rock fusion music. Yeah. There's even like hip hop country now, which is kind of cool and weird. I'm just talking about that straight laced bullshit.
Yeah,
that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has nothing to do with Chon.
But that's okay. It's good conversation.
Yeah.
Very literal music. With the twang.
Make me feel something.
Yes, I agree.
That's all.
This is like one times in the last 3 songs that I've been able to like reproduce the drum beat over like multiple measures in a song. I just wanted to speak to all of you of how happy I was that I was able to follow the drum beat because it's been so ridiculously technical up until now that the fact that he played the same pattern, multiple measures, was pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like. I want the songs to be longer. I appreciate that they're short because we can fit.
Okay.
We can fit more in, but like I want to vibe out to it, and I feel like there's not enough time to like get in that zone.
But like so. You put on one of their records, the songs
I guess it
kind of
flows
blend.
through.
Yeah. You get that vibe feel.
Mm-hmm. It was more of just like one very long song.
I simultaneously agree with you while also saying like I think it works the way they do it as well.
Right. Because you'd listen to this as an album, you wouldn't like pick out a single necessarily.
Not typically.
Right.
Not with these guys.
Right. So, like, this sequence, I want this to be, like, 5 minutes long and building and adding layers to it. And I know I'm not going to get there because it's a 3-minute song.
I feel like I would get bored if this was extended.
It's building. It's building and adding and morphing.
We've talked about this with other bands, too. Although, there's layers of Genesis that I like just because it's Genesis and there's nostalgia. But some of their longer pieces, you're right. It's 3 to 4 minutes of a very similar riff that over time they're just adding little pieces to it. And every time you want to be done with it, they added a little piece. Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they didn't add enough to like keep my interest. Yeah, I need.
They didn't add enough to earn that riff, like we say.
Sure. Yeah. Like it could be a great riff, but don't stick on it for too long. And there's obviously a gray area there. Like how do you know how long? Like
Northside Star by Mastodon is pretty much the same thing throughout the whole damn song.
But I love it.
But it's amazing.
Right.
It's all that's the great thing about art, baby. Subjectivity.
Love it.
Subjective motherfucker.
Well, two people are sitting here in a room trying to be objective about a subjective.
I'm not trying to be objective.
Oh, we gave a song a grade earlier, Zach.
Well, you made me.
I made you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would have given it 2 rainbows and a gold star, but you made me assign a traditional.
Hold on.
A traditional patriarchal grade.
That is literally the new tradition. So start thinking about it now because you have maybe 40 seconds left. For each song, when you are the person that didn't bring the music, you can no longer give a letter grade, and you no longer can give it a number. You have to think of random stickers that you're going to give the song. All so start giving that some thought.
All right. All right, I have a gripe.
What's your gripe?
One, it was cool because basically from when I said I wish this lasted longer, that was the rest of the song. Love it. Second thing, as you know, I think fade outs is a cop-out. Fading out the song is a cop-out, especially when you hear the drummer start going ham as it's already almost done fading out. Fuck that. Write an ending to your song, bitch.
Can I agree with you and then also disagree with you?
Obviously I'm being hyperbolic.
No, of course, like
Matthew.
I agree that it's a cop out, but we just said that like these songs are probably meant to be listened to as part of a whole album.
Right.
So are you okay with a fade out if you know the next song's literally trying to like blend into this one?
Yeah, but that wasn't a blend because those songs don't fade out, they fade into each other. This literally volume goes down.
But you need maybe you need some way of your brain going like
sure, but
okay.
I just more times than not,
yeah.
I'll put a 60-40 on it. More times than not, I'd rather have an ending to the song than a fade out.
Okay. I agree. I'm just here to
it just
be that
it tells me
co-host.
it tells me damn, this song kicks ass, but I just can't figure out a way to end it. And instead of tabling it, you just do it and
Just
call
gonna
it
play
dead.
an A sharp and just fucking end it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So stickers, Zach. What stickers does this song get?
That sticker gets...
That song
gets a gold star,
Okay.
1 rainbow,
One rainbow.
a wheelbarrow,
Okay. I already know
And-
the questions I'm gonna ask. Okay.
an apple tree.
Why does it get the wheelbarrow? What is that supposed to represent?
It's very earthy.
Earthy. Okay. And then what was the last one that you gave
An
it?
apple tree.
Why the apple tree?
Because I'm making this shit up, man.
Oh, yeah, but I wanted some kind of meaning to it.
There's no meaning.
Shit. Oh, I'm going to have meaning to my stickers. Like, when you ask me next week or whenever we record our next episode, I'm
Matt's just
going
gonna
to
be like, it's just a plain black sticker because it makes my heart feel black.
I mean, yeah, why do you have to
I wish you could have seen the face I made while I said that.
shit on my emotions right now, you bastard? All right. That was Fall from the album Grow, where all the visualizers are just like plants growing, and I freaking love it. It's fantastic. The next album, controversial isn't the right word, but they definitely took stylistic leaps with this next album. I think they had a lot more guest artists, if I remember correctly, and they start to incorporate a little bit more hip-hop vibes into their music, which I'm not sure I'm personally in love with, but I didn't think that I could present this band without showing some of their morphs.
Okay.
They have vocals on this song. It reminds me a lot of the band Strawberry Girls, which
Okay.
you pointed out to me, where they have a lot of cool instrumental stuff, and then every now and then they're just putting out like a funky kind of like love song where like a guy sings, and they're not my favorite part of their albums, but it creates little like peaks and valleys throughout. I'm not sure Chon needed to do it, but I think they just thought of it as a point of like evolution. But
Right, and it might not be a do we need to do this? It might not be like a choice like, I think we need to do this to progress as a band. It might just be like, hey, this is what we felt like doing today, because that's just their creativity and their the way their brains work.
To me, it seems so different from the other stuff that I don't agree with it totally.
Okay.
But while also saying that, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, oh, this is definitely Chon. So is it like the Mastodon where they change and we can kind of appreciate all the little evolutions, or is this
trash?
Right? Did they take the right turn and not necessarily need to take the right turn?
Made
We
a
will
wrong
see.
turn at Albuquerque.
I don't wanna create perceptions in your brain already, but you guys will be able to hear this.
Yeah. This is it reminds me of, it doesn't remind me of Maroon 5's music, but it reminds me of, I remember Maroon 5, Adam Levine had like a quote, like a clip that just hit like some news or something where he said, "We will change our sound to be as relevant for as long as possible," or some shit. He just like straight up said, "I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do to be in the limelight."
Right.
I don't think that's what they're doing, but like
it could be the vibe you get now.
The drasticness of the change reminds me of like that. You know what I mean? Just like completely like, this just sounds like it'd be on the Zone when the Zone still, does the Zone exist anymore? They like cut all their phones.
The Zone still exists.
They like fired all their DJs and like, I don't even know, but like this sounds like something that'd be like on some new hip rock station or something.
The consistencies, so what they still have is it's easy listening, which I don't know if that's the greatest part of Chon, but it still gives you that. And like we said, that kind of bands sound more like California than this band.
Yeah,
and
true.
They still give you that feel. We'll have to listen more to see if they still keep their like rhythmic complexity or their instrumental complexity, but
and this could be, I don't think it's like, again, I'm not saying that, not that you're arguing this either. What I'm saying is, the drasticness of the change reminds me of Maroon 5 just saying that, but I don't think that this is necessarily like selling out. For all I know, they could just be like, hey, we really like this artist, and we just want to do a collaboration, even if it's totally outside our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I just want to do a collaboration and make it with this. We'll throw it out on a Chon album. It'll be cool.
Right.
It could
We
just
really
be that.
like this lyric.
It could just be that. And it has nothing to do with this is where our band is going. It doesn't have to be that. It's just, we like this guy. We want to work together. What are we going to come up with?
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Got me feeling hot and never low. I just want to say I really, really, really love you. Got this money in the big old place. I was sitting pretty at the town searching for ladies.
So, Zach.
I mean, this is a pop song lyrically.
Yes. So far, we
got this money in a big old place. I've been sitting pretty, hit the town searching for ladies. But it's weird because like it threw that like trap in.
Yes.
It threw like 2 bars of trap music and then like went back into like sort of like a R&B style, which is cool. I mean, it's cool and it's different, and I kind of dig it. It's just it's out of left field compared to the other stuff, but it's kind of cool.
So like, everybody's got their like guilty pleasures that they put on in the car when no one else is there, or like, I feel like everybody has them. I feel like this song's beautiful because like I can be playing an artist that I like, put in high regard for their rhythmic complexity, for their arrangements, like cool, very talented artists, and then they can throw a song in there that almost gives me guilty pleasure vibes, but it's the same goddamn band. Like, I listen to this song and I'm getting down. Like, I'm a guy that likes rock music, and I just dance to this song. It is what it is. Like, you can't, I don't know, you can't ignore.
These lyrics are not going to be anything special.
No, they're not good.
But it's like good. Fine. It's fine. It's kind of cool.
Because he's going to come across a sweet thing, and her beauty was glory.
Wait. Leave her alone.
Oh.
Don't you break it.
Don't
fall. You might not get up. That girl has an early hold on you. Early hold on you.
Oh, now listen to the real thing.
Then I came across this sweet thing. Her beauty is glory. Wait, leave her alone, don't you break. Don't fall, you might not get up. That girl has an early hold on you. Early hold on you. Nah. Can't nobody replicate this feeling.
Dude, I love this though, and I don't know why.
Hold up. So you hated?
I didn't say I hated it. I said it's drastically different.
Okay, so I don't think you liked it at the beginning. All right, no, continue. I don't want to cut you off.
I'm saying that I just like it's a pop song, but it's cool and I don't hate it. I don't know. I feel like there's too much of like people in the metal world and fans and musicians like. I feel like they take themselves too seriously.
Or the prog world. Or the jazz world.
Like, just enjoy things, right? Like, it doesn't... Except for pop country. Fuck pop country into the ground.
And twangy country, where they talk about riding in the back of their pickup truck.
Right. I'm down for twang as long as it's inspiring, not just like... Anyway, I'm not going to rehash that for the third time. This is fun. It's fun, and it's cool. It has a good beat. I don't hate it.
And
it's kind of cool.
For all the simplicity in the lyrics, it is relatable. He's talking about having a crush on someone. And
which no one in the history of the planet Earth has ever had.
And getting caught up too quick.
Right.
Like
couldn't be me.
Need to pump your brakes.
Couldn't be me.
Need to pump your brakes. While also listening to some filthy Chon drum fills.
Got me feeling hot and never low. I just wanna say I really, really, really love you, baby. Can't nobody replicate this feeling. Got me feeling hot and never low. I just wanna say I really, really, really love you, baby. Sit down, listen, I gotta bare my soul.
I like the delivery of those lyrics. I like how he changed his voice ever so slightly. Like he brought it.
Well, he changes the rhythm. He's going between hip hop genres
Right.
in his delivery of the lyrics, which is cool. And that's actually kind of like it's like prog hip hop, bro.
Right. Right.
You're fucking around with the rhythms and how you deliver it. It's just like a guitar riff where you play the same notes, but you play them in a different rhythm, and it creates a whole different vibe. I kind of dig it. That's what. I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
I cannot trust, I can go on and on. I can never make them stay, I just wanna get my name. She would tell me, no, my love, and remember her. It seems alluring.
Also, I want prog hip hop to be a thing. Is there a prog hip hop genre? Because I feel like I should look into this.
This doesn't sound what I would imagine prog hip hop to be like. But this is a progressive rock band doing a hip hop pop song. Mm-hmm. I don't think
Is hip hop a thing?
Oh God!
I feel like they should coin that.
So it wouldn't be hip hop pop. It would be hip hop.
Hip hop.
Right.
They should just call like radio rap hip hop.
Yeah. They
honestly
should. Radio rap is not as fun as hip hop.
Hip hop is way funner.
Right.
And I just broke my rules of English to deliver that. So
I wanted to be serious for a second. So we said 10 times the lyrics are not that great. I really appreciate the line, her essence alluring. Especially how he delivered that lyric. I like how he trailed off at the end. Like, he's not talking about...
He's in awe of her.
Physical beauty. He's not... He might have been caught up by her physical beauty, told himself that he needs to hold on for a second, but then he can't hold on because he's realizing that
he's got caught up too quick.
Right. He's realizing that it's not just that it's just another cute girl. He likes how she carries herself, how she lives life.
And it's like that's the moment it just hit him.
Right.
He's just like, wow.
No, and even how he sings that lyric, it's like a... Oh.
He's like having a thought, then he just cuts himself off. Like, whoa.
Right. Cool. No, like pop songs can be
hip hop.
Hip hop songs can be deep too.
She thinks we should go away. These feelings are foreign, but they won't go away in the heat of day. Can't nobody replicate this feeling. Got me feeling hot and never low. I just wanna say I really, really love you, baby. Can't nobody replicate this feeling.
We're gonna do a quick shout out. We have a friend named John that we are very good friends with, but I would like to say that his musical tastes change with the wind. Let's put it that way.
The Maroon 5. Anything that's popular. Is
John likes anything that Billboard says is going to be good at any given time. But if I was going to play a band that I like for John, this would be a great intro song. This would be like, hey, this sounds like a lot of stuff you would hear on the radio. And then you give him something a little similar to this, but a little bit more complex, and you slowly work him in. But John, if you're listening, this would be the song that I would have you listen to.
Got me feeling hot and never low. I just wanna say I really, really love you,
All right, Zach, it's time for your
stickers. This one gets a leather jacket.
Yes.
A pair of sunglasses where it's tinted at the top and it fades down to clear at the bottom.
Okay. All right.
And
that's oddly specific, but it works.
Yeah. And a mic stand.
And obviously these are not
no microphone, just
physical objects. They're stickers of these things.
Yes.
Sticker of a leather jacket.
Yes.
Sticker of those
tinted sunglasses where it's dark at the top and it goes down to clear.
Right. And a sticker of a mic stand.
A sticker of a mic stand with no microphone.
Is that for the hip hop elements?
It's just because I'm bullshitting, Matthew.
God damn it! There's got to be some sincerity. No, but in all seriousness,
that's my creativity flowing. In
all seriousness, that's a fun one.
I liked it. I did not think I was going to like it at the intro, but I liked it. And it's cool. You made an interesting point, like that I don't think about with hip hop a lot, is that even when lyrics aren't anything special, you can actually pull off deeper meaning in the way you deliver the lines. Yeah. And the rhythm that you deliver it in.
Right.
Which I've never thought about. But there is a lot of shitty hip hop music, but there is a lot of really fucking great hip hop music.
That doesn't get enough due.
Right.
And for all we know, we could have made that little line more serious than it actually was. Like, that person that sang that could be sitting here on this podcast and they could be like, dude, I just thought it sounded cool when I trailed off like that. Right. But it's also possible that they wanted to express some underlying emotion in those words. And
well, it's like the Mastodon lyrics. We thought those weren't anything special, but then as we started listening to the vibe of the song with the lyrics, the way he changed the rhythms, the way he delivered it, we were like, oh shit, this has a lot more going on than we thought it did.
Right.
So, that's cool. Man. That's cool. Good choice.
Thank you. I felt like I had to include it. Like, if I had to pick 5 songs that I like by them, and I just did that, I don't think I would have gotten as much of a cross-section, and I think you and I are definitely trying to do that when we bring artists on. But this was so different than a lot of their stuff that it also was from one of their recent albums, so I could just pull it on.
Yeah.
If I had to pick my personal favorite from the songs that we're going to listen to today, the next one is my personal favorite.
And it's also the newest one out of the 5, right?
It is, which is
These are all sequentially, actually, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Kind of what I did with Mastodon.
The most recent one is the next song we're going to listen to, Pitch Dark, off a self-titled album.
Chon. The new album by Chon. Chon comes to you through the music of Chon.
Where we said that, like, one of the consistencies of this band was their ocean coastal feel. They completely ditched that in this song, and it was really intriguing to me because I had heard it before and I had done a listen through of this album a few times, and I guess without having like the fine-tooth comb, it kind of slipped by my brain, and now every time I hear this song, like, I'm finding new spots in it every single time I listen to it. And the vibe you get from this is not fun. The vibe you get from this is not... Yeah, I just screwed up. What did I say? I tried to say fun, and I said...
No, you said fun. You said this is not fun.
Oh, no. It's not fun. It's like... I don't know. I want to think of it as, like, personal loss, or... We'll talk about what the vibes we get are, but they definitely took another turn with this... At least this song. The other albums on this... Or the other songs on this album, I think, are more characteristic of what you would expect to hear from them. But... Obviously, I'm just playing you what I want to hear.
That's cool, though, that you said that you can listen to it a lot and you discover new things, because that's how I feel when I listen to Winter Sun and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's got so many tracks going on, it's just like, you just listen. That's the beauty of prog, though, too.
Yes.
Is that you start focusing in on, you might listen to a song 5 times, right? And you end up just concentrating on the obvious. And then... 6, 7, 8, you're like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
I've heard this part.
Right.
What's the bass doing here?
Right.
And you're like, oh, wow.
Right.
That's being totally overshadowed by what the guitarist is doing.
Right.
And you don't even catch it until like a 6 or 7 time through.
Right.
Yeah.
But then once you do catch it, it's something you hear every time. It's
and the way it works together, and like, wow, the guitar sounds good because the bass is doing this, and...
But you didn't know that until you picked out the... Yeah.
Right.
It's great.
I like it already. I like the wind blowing effect. This is what I'm saying, though. That wind effect would not be on their intro because it adds a whole dimension.
Right.
Immediately, you feel haunted by what's going on.
What's more important, though, is it the wind effect, or is it the fact that they're pulling out acoustic guitars when they've just played like electric stuff?
Well, it's all encompassing, right? Like the stuff that's missing from it's like the stuff that's missing from the beginning. The first album lays the groundwork. This
Right.
is what we are. This is who we are. This is what we're
Right.
going to do. We're only going to get better from here.
Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
Which, you know,
Doesn't always happen.
But like adding those little ambiance sections, the underlying tones, the wind, it sets the tone without even playing an instrument yet.
Right.
And then the acoustic guitar coming in, they're playing it twangy like a bad warped vinyl record.
Right.
But like it might be an effect, but you can hear them. I don't know. It's cool. I dig it so far. It's very different and very cool.
The
And
atmosphere.
Pitch Dark fits that windy, warped, haunted feeling that you're getting from the guitars.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I said that. This song is called Pitch Dark, if I didn't say it before. Yeah, the atmosphere that they set pretty quickly in this song. I don't understand how I let this get by me earlier, because it's so different from some of their other vibes of their songs that it stands out in I feel like a wonderful way. Mm-hmm. But we'll give it a little bit more now.
So not only is it like warpedy, out of tune on purpose style, it's also like classical at the same time. But I don't think I'm gonna get it. But I really want like an all of a sudden like a big power chord,
Smash you
like
in the face.
Yes. With just like a wailing guitar solo out of nowhere. But I know that that's not gonna happen because that's not what Chon is.
They're committing to it. I like
Right,
that they
right.
they don't give it just 15 seconds. We're now like almost 40 seconds into the song, and they're still giving.
And I
this
love
it's
it.
just due.
And I
Right.
love it.
I hate that I've brought up like Genesis 6 times in this podcast, but they did that like piano interlude in Firth of Fifth that went for like 2 minutes, and I felt like it served a very similar purpose, just like a instrumental overture that gets you in a kind of feeling, and then all right, now we're going to take you on a journey. Now we're going to talk to you about the weird stuff that happened in this town by the mountains where they're sacrificing people. Like, what's happening here? Like, what's going on in the pitch dark? I don't know, but I want to know.
This is the okay. Do you remember the video game Banjo-Kazooie?
No, I know nothing.
Oh my
about
god, you don't know Banjo-Kazooie?
Nothing.
It's the bear with the bird in his backpack, and you like learn
Absolutely
special
no.
moves on
No.
the N64.
No.
Well, there was a level in a cemetery, and you enter a world that's in a haunted house, and it's kind of the vibes it's giving me of like you sort of just entering this creepy graveyard.
Yes.
And like there's like a house on a hill.
Yes.
You know, very classic Bram Stoker-ish. Like,
Yes. Yes.
You know, that's kind of what it's giving me in a cool modern way.
They're gonna give up the acoustics at some point. Sorry to ruin this entire song for you.
Spoiler alert for this song that's been out.
Right. No, they're gonna keep the acoustic guitar, but it's not gonna be the only thing that you hear. But
You mean the prog band Builds?
yeah, go figure. They're gonna change. So Zach was saying right when that drop happened, he wanted to hear like
Like
real
the same
heavy
riff,
stuff.
but
Yeah.
with like a heavy effect on.
But
that's not what this song. That's not what this band is. That's not what this song is.
That's more of our personal taste.
right.
Now.
But like right then, I was just like, oh man, it would have been so cool.
But
this is also really cool. It's just in a very different way.
Is that the Chon equivalent of just like big strum?
kinda.
Yeah, because they had the bass come in, the drum do a little fill.
Right.
That's how they do a drop. But,
Right.
It was gonna happen. It was cool.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's just it's different, and
This could be an Opeth song.
It's
like they
cool.
could have done
It's
that
just so
classical
cool.
guitar and then go heavy.
Yeah,
that would have been more like them.
Right.
All right, let's do it some more.
there's just so much little intricacies, and it's not flashy, and it's not like continuing either. Like it's just like a couple extra notes. Like they'll play sort of a rhythm, and then they'll just like tag on a couple extra notes in the middle to fill it in. And the drums are the same way. They're doing like a groovy beat, and then just like.
And they might do it again once, but they're not gonna like hold on to it throughout the entire song. Like you have to be listening to this intently to realize the little changes that they're making. Otherwise, you're just gonna kind of vibe with it, which we said is a beautiful part of Chon.
Right.
But
they're very cool because it's there's not many bands where you can just kind of zone out to it or listen to it intently and be satisfied in two different ways. Because normally it's just like you're just gonna vibe to this ambiance,
right?
Or you have a very technical band, but they're like very technical, but they're not shoving it down your throat. But when it happens, you're like, oh. Okay.
You need to find out that they're technical.
Right.
Like, they're not going to be like, hey, I'm really good at playing my instrument. You have to listen and be like, oh.
Right.
Oh, what did that little... Oh, okay.
Right.
Which is cool. Like, for someone that kind of has that personality type, like, I'm not sitting at my job going like, hey, guys, I'm really amazing at teaching kids. Like, you need to tell me. Like... No, I want to do my thing, and then I want you to realize the little things that I do that I'm really good at this. And as
I give you a rainbow sticker on your next quiz.
Thank you. Yes, I would appreciate that. But this band would be akin to that. I wish I was a drummer so I could have
those fat heavy drums again,
where I could have like more constructive things to say. Like usually I can link the drums and the bass together because
it's all about the polyrhythms,
right? I feel more comfortable talking about like a rhythm section as a whole and talking about whatever the bass is doing. But the bass is in this band is kind of sitting in the background, just playing notes to kind of hold together the guitar. The drums are just unreal, and I wish I could talk more technique. I kind of like how we broke apart that little like 16th note riff in one of the earlier songs, but I don't know. Like, how do you know someone's good? You listen to them and you go, holy crap. Like,
well, watching good drummers play is insane too, because though I'm telling you, like, you can hit those doubles with the one and doubles with the other and then fill it in.
Physically?
When you watch it happen, you're like, all the notes are happening. I'm watching you physically do it, so I know you're not bullshitting me with a computer.
But it seems
and
like you
I
can't.
hear the notes happen, and it's like you have 6 arms instead of 2 on top of your 2 feet, and it doesn't make any sense, but I'm seeing it happen, and I see you exiting and hitting the snare and coming back up in the same rhythm that's happening.
Yeah.
It was wild. In band, in high school band, right?
Yes.
I was in the jazz band. We had 2 drummers for the jazz band. They would just swap out songs because they were both really, really fucking amazing. Our band teacher was also a professional drummer.
Okay.
He toured, I think, with people who toured with Dave Matthews Band.
Okay.
If that, it's like I made the Olympic trials and I didn't make the Olympics.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's a really good drummer. And I remember the one show we put on. We had a really long interlude in the middle, and everybody was improvising, and then it went to a drum solo, and the guy was playing, I think it was Justin Bryant, right? He was playing, and then Jamie Rawls came in, right? And they, like, took over the set from each other.
Yes.
Without missing a beat.
Yes.
And then our band teacher did the same thing on it. It was so
awesome.
cool. It was really, really cool. They just rotated on the set.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of moved over to one side, were playing the rhythm, and the other ones came in. I never saw them practice this.
Right.
I don't know when the hell they came up with it, but it was amazing.
This is not the same thing, but I saw the band Dragon Force play once.
Yeah.
And they do a thing where, like, all the guitar players get in a circle, because I think there's 3 in Dragon Force for some reason.
So they get in a triangle?
No, they get in a circle, and they encircle each other, Zach. I think I guess it is a triangle because there's only 3 points. But I'm imagining
I was thinking because the guitar's flat, right? So when they're facing each other, it turns into a triangle.
Such a dick. You're like, so you mean a triangle? I'm like, no, I meant a fucking circle because I said a circle. They did this thing where the guy, like the guitar to your left, you're playing.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
neck
They
of that
play
guitar.
the frets while the other one strums on the other
you
one.
strum your own guitar, but you're playing the
Frets on the other.
You're
one
playing
next to
the notes on the guy next
you. I think
to
they
you.
did that in a couple music videos.
Yeah, it's like one of their characteristic things, but
Yeah.
like seeing it live, it's just like, oh, that's pretty fucking amazing.
They're like one of those bands that it's like, wow, the music's like.
I wish it was better.
Yeah, like the music's not good, but like I'd go see them.
Yeah, they were
I'd go fucking see them.
They were an amazing live show.
Right.
But their music is meh.
It's just like
Right.
Power metal's hard enough to be good at.
Van Halen's great. Eddie Van Halen can play, but like their songs are
like, come on, I get it.
Van Halen.
I get it.
Right. Right. All right. Back to Pitch Dark. I'm just going to say this before it gets into it. This is another one of my like favorite parts of one of these 5 songs, the little spiel that they're going to go into in the next like 20, 30 seconds. So
They're going to give us like a lecture?
No lecture. I'm just going to tell you guys that I really like this part, and then you can listen to this part and you can decide if you like it too.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
That's unreal. It's
two
like
guitars doing something completely different from also like the drums, the guitar, the other guitar, and the bass are all doing completely different things, and it all lines up. It's like a quadruple helix.
But it sounds simple.
You can't see me twisting my arms.
Yes. Them all doing different things somehow sounds like a simple rhythmic progression. It's just like it sounds like you should be able to go do 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 do, which one of the instruments is playing that like quarter note, but then they're hitting off beats like everywhere with the bass and the guitar.
That's really cool.
It's a really cool. I said atmosphere before. It's a really cool atmosphere that they create in that little section.
Let's vibe it. Toit like a tiger.
I think I even heard the bass a little bit there. The bass has been like way in the background, but I think I heard a little bit of a bass fill, like a.
That was really impressive and cool.
There's nothing really else to say about that part. Like that's just, and throughout the whole time, well, not in these little weird sections, but up until like maybe around 2 minutes in this song, they were still mixing in that acoustic guitar part from the beginning. Yeah. Then they took a turn and did this little weird rhythmic section, but yeah, just a crazy cool song.
I paused it to comment on the riff, but then right at the end before I paused it, it was like that little wow.
They bent the note a little.
But it was so soft.
Yes.
They bent it. It wasn't like a wow.
Yeah.
It was like a wow.
No, I know.
Identical.
Exactly
we don't even
saying.
need the song. I'll just sing it.
No, you sing like an angel, bud. Like a goddamn angel.
So Lucifer?
Yes. I didn't say what angel. I just said an angel.
You said a goddamned angel. Lucifer's literally a goddamned angel.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Now we're back to the airy haunting. And I like it. All right, that was rad. I like that a lot.
That's I'm not gonna say by far, but of the 5 songs I played, I like that one the most. I like them all.
It was
for
cool
their own
and weird.
ways. Yes.
The other ones had like a very this is a structure, even though
Right.
they're like wonky and proggy and
Yeah.
mathy. They still had a structure. This one was like kind of.
I'm taking you everywhere.
Ooh,
Yes.
you can't see me waving back and forth and
You feel like you're in a dream.
making weird witch hands.
I
but-
don't like the movements that Zach is doing right now. Not at all.
All right, sticker grades, right?
Yes,
So,
I'm excited.
This one
You're
gets,
more excited.
This
You were like-
one gets a gravestone,
Yeah, of course.
a powdered wig.
A powdered wig, yes.
I wrote them down. 1 second. What's
What
the
else
other
do you
ones?
got? Gravestone and
Oh,
powdered wigs.
one of those grip strength things.
Okay.
The spring with the handles.
Yes, there has
Right,
to be a
right.
explanation for that one.
And then also one of those beer helmets that has straws that come around and like wraps around your face and goes into your mouth so you can drink beer out of the beers that are in the side of the helmet.
Can you explain at least one of your stickers?
Okay,
without
so the
telling me
gravestones,
just like
the gravestones obviously because it's haunting.
Sure,
The powdered wig because it's classical
got it.
vibes,
Yes.
The grip strength is just because like they're doing crazy shit on the guitar. And
Yes.
you probably need really strong hands.
Of course.
And then the beer helmet is because it's so fucking weird.
Yes.
They're kind of probably a little fucked up, and I like it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that song like an absurd amount. I've been listening to that one on repeat a little bit. The music video that they have for this song, because like I don't even know why bands even film music videos anymore, but it must be because of like the label, and they're like, we need to have something on YouTube. For
Yeah, you get it out.
A
of
couple
as
of the
many
songs.
different places as you can.
One of the guitar players in the band is doing a virtual reality guitar duel.
Cool.
Or no, not guitar duel. I am so sorry.
Boo.
Sword duel.
Okay.
With a knight, like a
Okay.
medieval knight, and that is like the whole fucking music video. It's like the section of Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they fight the.
This is a flesh wound.
Yes, that part. Yeah, that's the vibe it gave. Well, not the vibe it gave me. That's what the music
Literal
video was
music
actually
video.
like. That's what it
That
actually
was the
was.
literal music video.
But it's cool, and they have a lot of comedy in their music videos, which I can appreciate. Not only in the music videos, but just like with a band in general. I like when people are very serious about their music, but aren't very serious about themselves or how they like present their music.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
It's like the band Allegiant. They have a song. It's like some decimal number. I forgot. It's like 1.6. I don't know what the name of the song is. But their music video, they literally bring out this wheel of subgenres and they spin it, and every single part of the music video is whatever it lands on. So like they'll be playing a song and there's like a black metal section, so they like spin the wheel, it lands on black metal, and they're all in the woods in like the zombie paint, right? The black metal paint, and they're like smoking cigarettes and stuff and just like singing, and then like for the breakdown they spin it and it goes into crabcore, and they literally have this band has a hype man.
Okay.
It's kind of sweet. It's just their buddy probably. But like the dude is dressed like a crab and he just starts doing the crab walk. like with the pincers and stuff for the breakdown. It's like it's really funny. They have like a thrash section, an 80s section, like it's really funny. They just go through the whole thing.
So yeah, they have similar stuff going on to Allegiant or Mastodon or Killswitch does funny shit in their videos.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Don't take yourself too seriously.
refreshing.
You don't need to be the darkest, blackest heart.
right.
You can just be cool and enjoy
You can
things.
just play fun music.
It's
that
okay to
people
enjoy
like.
things.
Right. It's okay to be happy, guys. So I think that's kind of a good theme for this band, right? Like it's okay to be happy.
It's feel good and it's okay to be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though they played like the Cemetery song at the end.
Yeah.
But then they talked about having a crush in the song before, and
Yeah. They got a lot going on. They're nuanced, just like all 7 billion of us on the planet.
so check out their discography. You're gonna find some cool shit. Their first 3 albums sound pretty similar to one another. You're gonna find a lot of that Chon sound throughout because it's the same band playing all these songs. But if you
Fascinating.
give them enough of a chance, you will find little bits and pieces that have their own characteristic little style or flair, and you might find something that you like. If you liked one of these 5 songs, I'm sure that you would like other stuff by this band. So, anything you would like to add, Zach, before we start wrapping it up?
No, it's cool. I like that we bring stuff. Sometimes we've heard a little bit. Sometimes we haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're both full-on fans, and this was just one I've heard a little bit of, but I haven't really delved into much. And it was fun. It was a good time. I liked it.
So, what do we need to remind the people to do moving forward?
Go get a vaccine.
12 to 15-year-olds can get that shit now.
Yeah.
Pfizer.
If you're 12 or older, get a Pfizer. If you're 18 or older, get whatever one is available to you, because I promise you it's fine.
Right.
You have the
scientist promise.
You have the firm promise from a person who's not qualified to make that promise. But
the research backs it up, so don't worry.
Yeah. So get vaccinated. If you're not getting vaccinated, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't be a dick, keep your third eye open.
See you guys.
Bye.